and welcome to the Zara Case Study Analysis. My name is Tiffany York, and my partners were Hamm and Patric Yanez. Zara is a fast fashion retailing chain represented in over 30 markets worldwide. The company is one of 6 chains within the Inditex Corporation, based in Galicia, Spain. Zara currently operates over 500 stores, and they emphasize broad, high fashion, reasonable quality, and rapidly changing product lines. Zara in 2001 reported net incomes of €340 million, up from €72 million in 1996. Zara's target demographic is men and women, from infants up until around the age of 45. This demographic varies slightly between countries and cultures. In Spain, the strongest market is women between the ages of 18 and 34, with middle to middle-high incomes. Their competitors, along with many local retailers, are The Gap in the U.S., Yanez and Moritz in Sweden, and Benetton in Italy. Zara in each of Inditex chains has its own centralized distribution system. Zara's facilities are located in Spain, Argentina, Brazil, and Mexico. All merchandise from internal and external suppliers passes through the distribution center in RTX Spain. Most shipments are sent via third party, with a small portion being shipped via air when required. When analyzing the political, environmental, social, and technological aspect of Zara, we found that the political environment of the host country plays a large role in the operations of local stores. In the Middle East, foreign ownership is difficult and thus necessitates franchising in these markets to minimize government taxes and interference. In North America, higher import tariffs cause the cost of products to be more, so that Zara ensures the desired profit is made per item. Import and export taxes have an overall impact on the company as a whole. It drives prices up in certain markets and makes other markets more appealing for expansion. The economic environment is critical for a global company the size of Inditex. As an economic climates shift across countries, prices and distribution channels have to be adjusted. Consumers are looking for different types and quality of products in each of the different economic environments. As far as the social demographic for Zara, it's dependent upon a fashion-conscious consumer base. Designs and products are constantly designed, manufactured, and modified throughout different seasons in response to consumer demand. This is also dependent on the culture of the market. Outside of the coastal regions, the United States is considered a mostly conservative and fashionably neutral market, while Italy is the most fashion-forward and very sensitive to changes within the market. In Japan, the teenage demographic is considered more fashion-savvy, and Zara markets more heavily towards teenagers in this market. As far as technology goes, Zara has partnered with Toyota to provide updated manufacturing equipment to help maximize potential and streamline the product and distribution network. The company is also very dependent upon the POS, or point-of-sale information system. This information is used to adjust designs and products, as well as to monitor inventory. With the just-in-time inventory system, it is critical to have real-time information on supplier products and materials at the supplier, manufacturer, distributor, and store level. Advances in theft protection have also helped minimize losses company-wide. As far as entry barriers to the fashion industry, they're relatively low. It takes relatively low capital to design and produce your own clothing, but the barriers to entering the market would include creating an efficient distribution and supply chain, obtaining floor space within already established designers at retail outlets is also crucial to the advancement of an upstart. The current marketing mix of Zara is that their products and services, they offer trendy and fashionable clothing designed for men, women, youth, and infants up until the age of 45. Seasonal lines are introduced twice a year for spring and summer and fall and winter. These lines are constantly tweaked throughout the season based on store and customer feedback and trends. The target markets are the middle class. And as far as a pricing approach, Zara uses a market-based pricing approach more than one that is based upon their overall cost. They take this approach much more seriously than any other competitors. Their clothing is typically 40% higher in Northern Europe, 70% higher in Spain, and 100% higher in Japan than in Spain. Marketing is concentrated on 2 sales seasons, January and July, and very little advertising is devoted to the rest of the year. Promotion is dependent upon return business and word of mouth. Distribution is centrally located, and Zara's products are then sent via third party to ground and air transportation to satellite facilities and retail locations around the world. Sea transport is not often used due to the time-sensitive nature of the fashion business. Items that are discarded or returned from the store are sent to outlet centers. Our SWOT analysis, some of the strengths of Zara are the short cycle time that has reduced Zara's working capital intensity and facilitated continuous manufacture of new merchandise, allowing the company to commit to the bulk of its product line for a season much later than its competitors. Zara also offers a diverse location of stores across a large geographic region in high traffic areas. They have an inventory control system that allows for just-in-time monitoring. Weaknesses are there's very low entry barriers for competition in the fashion industry. Customers are constantly changing their demands, and products are easily substituted and imitated by competition. Zara has not yet, as far as opportunities, Zara has not yet tackled the internet market, which means there are a lot of potential online customers ready to purchase Zara clothing. They could expand through other well-established retailers in order to expand their brand recognition as well, or they could launch another division of the company. As far as threats go, they could be undersold by competitors who outsource. They could miss an opportunity in the constantly changing fashion industry, and inventory shortages while utilizing the just-in-time inventory system are also a valid concern. You can see more of our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in our paper posted on the D2L. The central marketing issue, though, is how will Zara meet investors' impossible growth expectations? Some strategic alternatives. Zara does not yet have an internet presence. This strategy could enable them to produce the large growth that investors expect. Zara already keeps tight reins on their advertising spending, and the online medium would allow them even more access to relatively cheap means of advertising. In order to increase Zara's growth while keeping costs down, Zara should look at using existing companies and their distribution chains to sell their products. By working with existing retailers, Zara can grow profits by selling more clothing and accessories without additional distribution centers and new storefronts. Target is known for teaming up with top fashion designers to offer limited time exclusive Target fashion lines. And Zara could work with the Target brand to establish a relationship and offer their fashion to Target's North American customers. The final alternative for Zara is to expand into the Asian or North American markets by creating a new division of Zara. The Zara Pacific or Zara Atlantic brand would establish its own chain of distribution co-located within the region where the products would be sold. The increase in the distribution chain and operating costs would be a compromise to those who believe if Zara grows, they will suffer from diseconomies of scale. Just realized I hadn't changed the slide. So some of the pros and cons of the proposed strategic alternatives. Zara Online. One of the pros is Zara would be able to tap into a market space that as of yet they did not have access to, and would be able to reach them all hours of the day and night. They would also have greater access to more radical and guerrilla means of advertising than ever before. They're extending their online presence from an initial website into online social networking, blogs, and other various e-mediums that would be able to infiltrate a new viable market space. There can be many issues associated with starting up an online retailing website. There will also be costs involved and many decisions to be made in the process. They will also need to closely monitor the sites they decide to invest in to ensure greater customer service and that there are not any negative attacks from spammers, hackers, or simply mean-spirited competitors. As far as the pros for Zara for Target, Target has an established distribution system, and offering clothing throughout their store would not require Zara to spend extra on operating costs. When high fashion brands are offered for sale at Target, the news media does a great job of free marketing for the brand. Some of the cons, Target will most likely take quite a bit of profit from Zara. The profit margins for the sales will be significantly less than if they were sold in the official Zara stores. The difference will be slightly offset because no increase in distribution was required to achieve the sales, but the degree of offset may not be enough. As far as a new Zara division, pros, a new Zara division could be a large success. The potential positives of the division are the design team could focus on the fashions of the specific region and not try to sell what is popular in Europe to Asians or Americans. And some of the cons, fragmenting the company has the potential to be a management nightmare. It may create too many middlemen, and keeping a clear company focus across all divisions may be difficult. So our recommended strategy, although many of the above strategies could be taken and produce measurable results, Zara would most likely see the greatest growth from expanding into the online marketplace. This new worldwide storefront could allow them the greatest opportunity to actually meet the steep expectations of investors. Zara should open an online retailing segment as described below. We have an 18-month action plan, which you can see more on our paper posted on the D2L site. With month 1, they would be doing research on e-commerce developers to work with on the project. Should they use a turnkey hosted shopping cart, standalone shopping carts, full-service e-commerce solution provider, which is most likely their best option, and they need to partner with one that has the greatest database IT skills. In month 2, they would research which countries in which to launch first. In month 3, they would develop websites to meet the predetermined countries' customer needs. And then month 4, launch first e-commerce sites, most likely Spain, UK, Italy, France, Germany, and Portugal. And in month 4, they would analyze the launch, do a SWOT analysis, determine what could be improved upon when launching further sites, get customer feedback. In month 5, they would make the necessary improvements before moving forward. Month 6, design websites for the remaining 24 countries in order of importance. And month 7 through 12, roll out websites as completed and analyze launches after completion with SWOT analysis, customer feedback, implementation revisions. Month 13, expand online presence into social media via Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Month 14, online promotions to draw traffic to the website using Groupon, Living Social, Google Offers, and submit product feeds to research and search engines, comparison shopping sites, etc. Month 15, they would analyze the impact of the social media campaigns. Month 16, online customer design contests. They could create online design contests where winners' designs would be launched. Month 17, the contest for most creative customer-created ad. So to encourage customers to create online advertisements via YouTube or other media. Reward participation with free clothing and a chance to tour headquarters possibly. And use the ad on website and possible strategic TV commercials, billboards, etc. In month 18, they would analyze the e-commerce launch via SWOT analysis, customer feedback, and decide in which direction to go next. As far as budget and timetable, according to preliminary research, an e-commerce site would cost roughly 10% of inventory. Social media firms can also be hired with fees starting at around $6,000 per year. Zara would most likely be better off keeping this part of the online business in-house. They need to stay as close to their customers in order to be effective radical marketers. Targeting and control. As mentioned before, the company that Zara chooses to help them launch their e-commerce site would need to provide excellent database tracking tools. This will enable Zara the ability to mine for this data for future customer utilization reviews. It will also allow them to calculate customer lifetime value, at least online. They should also implement a program that would span both in-store and online tracking. And summary. Not only are customers going to find value in the new venture Zara has created, allowing them to shop 24/7, but they will also appreciate the value that has been created in making shopping more convenient. Customers are moving more and more every day into the online market, and Zara will have to meet them where they are, and they will appreciate and reward this effort. The value created for shareholders will be substantial. Zara is already a global force, but now they will have an even more accessible worldwide presence. This will allow for more sales volume, leading to the continued phenomenal growth investors are expecting. As for Zara, their created value will be immeasurable. They will now be closer to their customers. They will be in their homes, on their phones, and in their social space. They will be able to interact on so many more levels than they ever were before, all while tracking their customers to see how they prefer to interact with the Zara brand. It's a win-win-win.